All right, during the quarantine, this has become a really real debate, which I really don't think it's a debate, but I think it is a debate, and I'll explain that. Is Lil Baby now taking the throne from Drake in the rap game? So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And word to the wise, his album that came out in February, My Turn, after 3 months, has returned to #1 on the chart. So Capitol, Motown, and Quality Control Records are doing a great job with Little Baby. I don't really listen to the music like that, man. I'm kind of living in my own atmosphere. But you hear it, you hear the kids playing, you hear some of it, and right now his popularity is pretty much soaring. NBA YoungBoy had a hot buzz, but Lil Baby seemed to be sustaining his buzz. He constantly being able to throw music out there and just keep his name out there and the features and stuff of that nature. And he's doing a great job. And his record label is doing a great job. Most of the time during the coronavirus, you had Blueface album flop. You had somebody else album flopped. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Joyner Lucas was his album flop. Lil Uzi album did good. The Weeknd did good. But for your album to return to #1 after 3 months, that's kind of pretty unheard of. So, that means that his album is traveling by word of mouth and it's aging like grapes rather than aging like bananas. But to say to take the throne from Drake overall, saying that when you talk about overall, he hasn't sustained long enough to be on Drake. Drake came out, I heard Drake's first song, Uptown with Bun B, first time I heard of him, in 2009. So Drake has sustained an entire 11 years. So for Lil Baby to kind of be mentioned in that stratosphere with Drake, that means he would have to sustain a 10-year run. All right? To say he better than Drake overall, he would have to sustain a 10-year run. Or he'll have to have a run in like 3 or 4 or 5 years where his body of work is better than Drake's over 10 years. We talking features, we talking albums, we talking, even mixtapes. You feel what I'm saying? So mixtapes ain't really as prominent as they was from like 2009 to like 2015 due to them cracking down. And even in the early 2000s, you had 50 Cent. That's who made his name in the mixtape game. But saying that right now, is he the hottest thing in the short term going in the rap game? Absolutely. He hotter than Drake right now. Drake's last album was a compilation album of old tracks. And it was one of the first albums that didn't do so well. And pretty much Drake has been quiet, probably working on new music to flood the streets with. But, right now, Lil Baby is the hottest act out going right now. A lot of Drake fans, they can't fathom it, but rap is a game of being hot right now. Now, overall, Drake is probably still a better artist. Look at how many #1 hits he had in the top 100. Everybody like to talk about that. We're not talking about hardcore rap bars, or who wrote this or who wrote that. I leave that for like the Kiss, the Fabs, the Ice Cube debates. We talking about the here and now in the current hip hop. And right now, he the hottest thing going. A lot of Drake fans got to accept it because he going crazy right now. Not to say Drake can't come back and drop an album and it'd be better than a Lil Baby album. Then yeah, of course that can happen. You know what I'm saying? And Drake can just be waiting to strike at the right moment. But right now and then, here, man, Lil Baby is doing his thing right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of competition. From the other rappers, the Baby. Gunna just dropped something. Young Thug and Chris Brown just dropped something. And out of all the projects, NBA YoungBoy stay dropping stuff. Out of all the projects, he the hottest dude out. You go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you go on the radio, you check the charts, he #1. You know what I'm saying? But to overall take Drake out the game, he got to sustain this. He got to keep going up with his music. And that's hard to do because eventually the rap game is going to pass Drake by. Straight up and down. No matter how many writers he got, no matter whatever. And one thing I will say about the guy, he sustained dominance much longer than Jay-Z. You can't tell me where Jay-Z dominated the rap game for like 3 years. You can't. Jay had other business ventures too. But when Reasonable Doubt came out, nobody was listening to him. And by the time Volume 1, Volume 2 and all that came out, DMX was like right then and there was one of the hottest acts. And then also you had, people laugh, you had Ja Rule was like one of the biggest pullers in rap. But Jay-Z just sustained, elite level MCism for a long time. And I wouldn't put Baby or Drake in the MC category. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. Especially not Drake because he don't write his own shit. But Jay-Z never dominated rap the way Drake dominated for a 10-year period. And also, you can also say, the curve is Drake used writers, but then again, it's a different era. Jay-Z came up with Pac, Big, all 50,000 members of the Wu-Tang. It was hard to get around. Even going into the 90s and 2000s, DMX in 99 and 98, 99 was the hottest rapper out there going. You know what I'm saying? You go into the early 2000s, a lot of competition. It was Luda, it was Jay, it was, you still had Ghostface dropping Supreme Clientele, Fish Scale. I mean, you got a lot of different things, different people still going. The opposition level was harder to dominate. You put Drake in that era, he doesn't dominate. His opposition was weaker. And then you can still make a case that Kendrick and Cole were better rappers. They just didn't cross over and they weren't singing like Drake. And also you can make a case that Drake never had a classic album. So if Baby dropped one classic album, you know what I'm saying? That's more than Drake. The best album I heard from Drake was Take Care. But then again, we talking about classic rap album, he's singing. So you can't say it was a rap album. You can say it was hip hop, it was pop rap. But he hasn't really had that Blueprint album, that Illmatic album, the Chronic album. He has some really good albums. Never Was the Same was pretty good. People like Views, Take Care, So Far Gone. But he ain't really had that elite level MC classic album. So if the Baby can get that one elite album, and some people in this era might feel it's elite, obviously it's a disconnect. I'm more of a 2009 on back. The artists I really only listen to is Kendrick and Cole. You know what I'm saying? All the main guys you listen to. But you should just listen to the Drake albums that used to come out. But he don't have a dominant album. He got a lot of #1 hits, and that's due to popularity. And that's different. Just because the Billboard doesn't dictate great MCs. But he'd never be a great MC. Now, writing the same thing with Lil Wayne. People say, oh, Lil Baby, the new Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't write most of his shit. You know what I'm saying? Until Gilly the Kid came in, he was struggling. Go check out the video, The Fireman. He had to do chaining on there and everything. So, a lot of the dudes that y'all think great MCs, Nicki Minaj had help. Drake had a lot of help. Wayne had a lot of help. So, I can't put them in the category with Jay, Kiss, Fab. Popularity-wise in pop rap, I mean, shit, Future, Drake, they killing it. Crossing over. I'm not knocking them. They killing doing what they doing. And like Diddy said, at the end of the day, my #1 job is to do justice to the fans and to my music. But like I said about Drake, I don't know one classic album. He has some really good ones. I just want to hear an album where he drops some classic shit where he rapped the whole album. Then I'd be like, okay, but he's never done it. Not to my knowledge. But it's what doing is working for him. He dominated a 10-year stretch where Jay-Z, he didn't dominate a 10-year stretch. You put Jay-Z in his prime and say put him in this 10-year stretch, he may dominate. But if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. But obviously, in the here and now, Lil Baby is the hottest out right now, straight up and down. You're hearing it from me first, all right? Or you hear it from me like 53rd. Everybody's seeing it. You hear songs on the radio, he going crazy. But in the overall grand scheme of things, in y'all hierarchy, in y'all era of ranking Drake and Lil Baby overall, Drake is still above him. You got a lot of work to do to catch Drake on y'all hierarchy still. When y'all go by Billboard Top 100 hit streams, that's a different category. But here and now, we got to see if Lil Baby can sustain it and keep going up. But if he dropped one classic rap album, you know what I'm saying? And this is to y'all to determine that. Y'all to listen to him. Classic is subjective. Classic for me is Reasonable Doubt, Illmatic, The Chronic, Doggy Style, Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt, All Eyes on Me, Me Against the World, Ready to Die, Supreme Clientele, Cuban. I mean, you keep going on. Liquid Swords. You know what I'm saying? I think, was it Urban Legend by T.I., Jeezy 101, Jeezy 103, Recession, excuse me. Those are classic albums to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's subjective. I have a totally different way of how I rate albums. And you guys gonna have a totally different way about how you rate albums from 2010 on up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a generation, it's a gap generation. I grew up in the greatest era of rap in the 90s. And I grew up in the second greatest generation, in my opinion, early 2000s. Some people say the 80s is the best or the second best. Subjective. I like Rakim, I like Big Daddy Kane, I like KRS-One, I studied the greats, Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying? I studied the Large Professors, the Pete Rocks, the Bomb Squad, and Dre Productions, and I studied all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's up for y'all to determine that. But you just don't drop a couple albums and you on Drake level. This dude didn't drop Take Care, So Far Gone, View. Album after album, feature after feature, he done killed it. So it's gonna take a while for him to succeed or get past Drake, and that probably not gonna happen ever again. But we'll see where it goes. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Music Entertainment Playlist for more videos like this. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal description. Best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys think about the topic in the comment section. We gone.